we're going to finish off the Blighted Village by doing a little cleanup, some more optional battles. As you can see here, we're doing the Ogre battle. I would definitely watch out for the Ogre. She hits really hard, even if she doesn't have her club and you've disarmed her, and I will in this video. She still uses the same slam ability, and I think it still uses the same damage die too. It doesn't even seem to matter. Picking up the weapon is useless since you can't even use it. I guess you could sell it. It's not worth very much. But we're going to clean these guys up, and then we're going to move on to the windmill. And the windmill, I don't bother fighting them because you get the same amount of XP whether you fight them or not. So I just take the easy route. I don't bother with it. You can use your illithid power to make it a very easy check. You can try a deception check too. I think it's funny, and I noticed this while playing a drow, that the goblins you show a lot of deference to you as a drow because they think you're in charge, because Minthara is a drow also. You're just considered evil. So I think that makes the checks easier. I could be wrong about that, but at the very least it's funny dialogue. So you just clear them out, and then you can loot the windmill for everything they have in there. You can spare Barkus Fruit if you want, the gnome that they tied up. It's tied to his quest that you can get into with the Grimforge, and then later on with other gnomes as well, but I'll leave that up to you. I decided to save him. Unfortunately, there's no Dark Urge dialogue option. I kind of assumed that there would be, but there was not. And then we move on to the cellar of one of the houses in the Blighted Village that is full of skeletons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have break one open from afar. He's going to break out all of his buddies. And then I'm going to do what I always do, and we're going to lure them into the spike growth, or at least the ones that are willing to fall for it. And then we're just going to clean up the rest. They're not hard, like I said, skeletons. Make sure you bring a bludgeoning weapon with you. I believe I gave Karlak one for this. Very, very effective against skeletons. We're going to do twice as much damage. You're going to make that fight a lot easier on yourself. If you haven't bought or found a good bludgeoning weapon already, I recommend you go do it now. And the last thing I want to mention is the ogres that you can pay to fight for you. You can pay them 500 gold, and they will come and fight any battle you want. You can continue paying them gold to continue fighting for you. You can try and deceive them, and I think the deception check is 10, and you can use that to only pay them 1,000, but later, and then of course you could just not pay them because it's just you're deceiving them. Or you can try and persuade them, and that's a 15. So this time I just decided to give them the 500 gold. I don't even know that I'm going to use them. The first, or my last honor mode rather, I didn't use them at all, and I ended up being just fine. But I'll probably end up using that for the phase spider fight, which I'm going to cover in a different video. And if you do end up having to fight them, I did it on accident. If you encounter them too early and you don't have any way of letting them know that you're a true soul, they'll just initiate a combat. And I got into one in my last playthrough, and it wasn't that bad. It was much easier than I thought it would be. We ended up beating them pretty handedly. They have a lot of health, but I don't think their plus to hit is very high, so they miss a decent amount, and the spellcasting ogre didn't hit us much either, and is more concerned with just casting, utility spells than actually trying to fight you. So if it comes to that, you can definitely take advantage of them. It's not that difficult as long as you're high enough level. I definitely recommend just leaving them for a while until you're, I don't know, level 4, and then speaking with them just in case you fail or you did something incorrectly. One thing that I see happening to myself a lot is that I try to take advantage of rests. So sometimes I'll end up missing, or rather I haven't gotten to certain cutscenes which unlock your illithid abilities, your ability to influence people, and stuff like that. So I'll end up running into situations I've never seen where they'll just immediately attack you, or it'll just say, your power hasn't awakened yet, you can't do this, and now I have to talk my way out of a situation, and it's much more difficult. So another piece of advice just for that exclusively would just be to take partial rests, not use any of your food, get through these cutscenes, and unlock all of your abilities, so you never have to worry about that. But that's it for the Blighted Village. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.